Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our Metis ecosystem update. Today, we're going to give you some announcements. We're going to go over a little bit of our new and upcoming launch of Reputation Power. We'll do a Q&A and we'll play an interactive game where one winner will have a chance to get $100 worth of USDC. So I'm glad that you joined us today. Let's get into it. My name is Ashley, by the way. I'm our education manager at Metis. And let's do this. Today is summer solstice. If you live in the North American continent, then this is the longest day of the year for you. So get some sunshine today. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what's coming up in the next couple of weeks, and then we'll move into some announcements. Most of our teammates are at conferences today, so we're simultaneously have some teams at NFT NYC or NYC NFT, and then Collision, which is in Toronto. So we're quite spread out today. We're out there networking, getting the Metis word out, and making some new connections for the ecosystem. So fewer team members on the call today, but we're still going to answer your questions and have a good time in our Kahoot game at the end. So please be sure to stick around for that. We do want to remind you that we do love to accept questions. So the sooner you get your questions into us, the more likely we'll be able to answer them during the next live streams. So join our Telegram chat or head to our live stream through, you can use this little QR code and just send us your questions in advance so that we can make sure that we cover them in our next week's live stream. Just a disclaimer that I have to go over every time. I'm not a tax professional or a lawyer or an accountant or anything like that. None of this is legal or financial advice. I'm not trying to encourage you to buy anything. We're just offering you education about what we're doing so that you can make informed choices and so that you have an idea of what we're doing here at Metis. So if you're brand new here, Metis is a decentralized economy platform. So we're really trying to build and support the Web3 economy. We want to make it really easy for people to move into Web3. We want it to be user-friendly for newbies. We also want to create tools that support businesses and bringing blockchain into their business model. So we're really trying to build a very easy to use and accessible platform to support your autonomy and sovereignty. So our focus in that is decentralization. We really focus on making sure we include community in every aspect of what we do. And this is an ongoing process for us. We've kind of rolled this out bit by bit, and we're going to continue to do so. We focus on making our platform functional, usable, and scalable. So we inherit the security and decentralization of the Ethereum layer 1, but we add on all of these elements that make your transactions on our network fast and cheap, but also we offer these products that allow you to customize and create your own Web3 business model that suits your unique needs. So really trying to make this accessible for everyone, but also individual centric so that the tools that we offer, you can customize to meet your own needs. So our services can be used in a variety of ways. We're building out our DAC infrastructure, which is adding tools and almost like taking our new perspective of value to the next level with DAOs and moving them into DACs. So decentralized autonomous corporations are being built out on our network now. We have integration possibilities for Web 2, and then we're supporting gaming, metaverse, DeFi dApps, launch pads. If you are a freelancer, if you're looking to get involved in a bunch of different projects, Metis is the place for you. We recently launched our NFT bridge, so we're becoming an NFT hub. We're really trying to give you all the tools available to make your Web3 experience work for you. And to that point, we're really excited about our upcoming launch of our Matrix Reputation Power System. So I know last week in the live stream, I was at the Decentral conference in Austin, so I wasn't able to be here with you, but I know that my teammates got on and they shared a little bit about this with you. So I'm going to kind of go over some of that again. And that is what the focus of our quiz at the end of today's live stream is on. So hopefully you tuned in last week, or you watched the recording, or at the very least, you've been reading what we've been posting about it on Twitter, some of the articles that we've shared, so that when we get to the quiz later, you know what's up and you'll get a chance to win that $100. But essentially, Matrix is kind of our user interface for our reputation power system. So we are creating a space for you to own your decentralized Web3 credentials. So your achievements, your collaborations, your contributions in different projects can earn you reputation power. And that reputation power can be represented in NFT badges. So this is kind of the launching point for this. We are making it, again, customizable for different dApps to be able to issue their own reputation power depending on, what things they value most. Maybe some dApps want to offer more points to people who vote in their ecosystem or vote for their governance issues. Or maybe some really care more about, the number of exchanges that you do on their platform. So each dApp can decide like what things they value most, but it's really our version of Soulbound token. So it's a non-transferable NFT that represents your activities on chain. We want you to be able to own your credentials to receive credit for the contributions that you make to an ecosystem. And we want you to be able to showcase that. And then you can be able to take that information to other platforms, even other ecosystems. So you're owning your work. It doesn't live with one platform. So we have a lot of exciting use case possibilities in mind, and we're looking forward to seeing where the community takes this. So it'll come out as two different products. The reputation power system is that customizable structure that I mentioned, where dApps can decide like what they want to assign reputation power for, what contributions, what achievements, what things they want to acknowledge. And then NFT badges are something that people can earn based on what they've offered to a space. And to that point, we're launching our very own NFT badges at Metis, and we're hosting a contest. So we want to create these different badges to represent different contributions to our ecosystem. And we're looking for some artists to make these awesome. We have a few different titles here: Metis Master, Metis Citizen, Andromeda Builder, Metis Friend, Metis Artiste, and Metis Mosaic. And so we're looking for someone to design the artwork for each of these badges. And if you have the winning design submitted by June 28th, then we will award you with some Metis rewards and a Mosaic badge NFT. So we're really excited about this contest that we're hosting with Creaticals. We want to see your work. We want your input on what these badges should look like. So if you want to enter, you can scan this little QR code here in the corner and get started. We've got the information that you need to enter the contest is there on that link. And we also have our media kit there, so you can get an idea of like our colors and things like that. But we want you to be creative. So please go on and check out the details. Feel free to reach out to us on any of our social channels if you have any questions about how you can make your submissions to our contest. Remember, those submissions are due June 28th. So that's actually coming up pretty soon. It's about a week from now. So get us your work in so that we can choose the best ones. Again, here's a little graphic kit of what your kit will look like when you submit your badges. And then again, there's the QR code so you can read all the details about the contest. So I'll just leave that up for 1 second in case anybody needs to scan it one more time. All right. Okay, A few other announcements. I did say that a lot of our teammates are at the Collision conferences and NFT NYC. So I'm going to share some of the things that are coming up. If you are at Collision, we are hosting our own event in Toronto. This is tomorrow night at 7 p.m. at Thompson Gallery. It's called Drinks and Dragons. So essentially, you'll see startups pitching to our investors' den. So we're calling our investors dragons. And so they'll come with their 1-minute pitch. And it'll be a really exciting time for people to network, to see, what the pitches are like, to maybe learn a thing or two from the investors. We're also going to have an NFT auction at this event. So if you come, then you can see the different NFTs that are out there. You can bid, and the proceeds are going to benefit LIFEWATER Canada. LIFEWATER Canada is a nonprofit organization that is working to bring water to people really all across the world. So their work involves building wells, improving hygiene and sanitation systems, offering educational workshops that improve the health and wellness of the communities that they work in. And they have a really excellent reputation for donor relations, for managing their funds, for fiscal transparency. We're really excited to partner with them. They've been voted one of the top 10 impact charities for more than a year in a row now. And these are just some of the highlights of their most recent fiscal year's impact. So they were able to run over 955 projects in this past year, and they don't have a huge operating budget. So the impact that they're able to have with the amount of resources that they're given is really incredible. They're able to help over 500,000 people with that work. They're saving children and adults hours during the day. And for kids, this really equates to being able to spend more time in school, because no longer are they having to walk a really long ways to find clean water. And they're able to spend more time doing what kids should do: go to school and have fun. So the economic return that they're seeing for every dollar invested is almost over 5 times what people are donating. So your dollars would be well spent at this NFT auction. So if you're in Toronto at the Collision conference, I'll go back that slide again. Please be sure to join us at Thompson Gallery tomorrow night and be ready to bid on some really awesome NFTs that are going for a great cause. All right. Also, East Toronto is coming up. I'm really excited about this one. We are organizing a hackathon with Blockchain Futurist Conference, and it's going to be August 8th through 10th in Toronto. We have an incredible venue. There's a huge hacker dome, and we're going to have both in-person and virtual hacking options. So definitely come check us out. There will be education, excellent speakers, and we're really excited. So apply. It's free to join, to attend, but there's limited space. So make sure you get your application in, whether you want to hack or speak, or if you want to be a mentor, any of those things. Go to that website, put your application in, and we will see you in August. Really looking forward to that. All right, just a quick update on our CEG. If you're not familiar, the CEG process is just a place where dApps who are deployed on the Andromeda network can apply to receive what we call community verified project status. Essentially, that's where we share information and education about a project with the community, and then the community is able to vote on whether or not they want us to promote this project in particular. So that promotion might look like community AMAs or Twitter spaces, or helping to connect them within the ecosystem. We're still a permissionless network, but the CEG is our opportunity to give our community a little more say in the product or the projects that they are most excited about on the network. This past week, Tethys Finance passed the CVP threshold, so congratulations to them. But I did want to point out that this week, because we have team members in conferences everywhere, we won't have our normal live stream on Thursday. So we're pushing this till next Thursday. So you'll join us next Thursday, June 30th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time for our next Metis Governance live stream. So you can see what other projects are going through the voting process. All right. Let's move into our Q&A, and then we will go into our game. So I'm going to pull up my questions here. Okay. When is RP launch? When is Reputation launch? Coming really soon. Kevin, do you want to speak to that in any way?
Yeah, actually, it's under testing, and the smart contract is also on the audit. But now, I think for the go-to-market strategy, we will launch it in a small scope, so our community member can test it and try it first, and then we will plan for the large launch, official launch. Yeah, please expect that. We're very excited.
Yeah, it is really exciting. We're testing it. We're going through it as a team right now, and it's looking really good. So I'm really pumped for that. Did Coinbase list us? Not yet. It's a work in progress. Is there staking or lending on Metis? Yeah, we have a couple of DeFi protocols that have staking and lending options. Tethys Finance has staking and lending options. TenderFi, I think, is a borrowing and lending platform. So we have a couple of options there. How to apply for the Genesee Eco Fund, the ecosystem fund. Okay, so if you want to, and this is a good point, actually, we're going to have an update on the Genesee DAC in a future live stream. So we'll give you a little bit more background about what's going on behind the scenes there. But for now, if you are interested in applying, reach out to a member of our biz dev team. So you can apply, like you can reach out to us through Telegram chats or online. Someone from biz dev will contact you and will refer qualified applicants to the Genesee DAC so that you can apply for investments that way. Let's see. Will there be a workshop at some point to show people how to tangibly utilize the power of DACs? Absolutely. That's a great idea. Since I'm head of education here, I will focus on making that a reality. When we release DACs, I'll be sure to share some information on what it actually looks like. So we'll walk you through the process of setting it up, what obstacles you may need to start considering before you get involved in the process, and kind of how you can think through strategically planning the development of your own organization. Well, let's see. How much blocks are produced every minute? That's a great question. Kevin, how many blocks are produced?
Yeah, you know, on layer 2, every transaction is a block. So the number of blocks that produced per minute will be based on how many transactions will be made at that minute. So it's not like in 1 minute to produce how many blocks. It's based on transactions. You have 1,000 transactions, you have 1,000 blocks. Yeah.
Thanks, Kevin. I see a couple of questions here in the chat that I want to address. How do the NFT badges carry weight, or are they all equal? So I think the idea is that can be up to the dApps. So like you can choose which ones are more weighted or valuable than the others. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I get nervous when I hear about reputation systems, mostly because how bad the US credit score is. Not sure how others work. Can we learn or avoid things from the current credit score systems? Basically looking to hear more details. Yeah, I definitely hear you on that. we're not trying to recreate a system that already exists that doesn't work and that marginalizes people. Essentially, we want this to be a customizable system. So it can be used for many different things. And really the idea is that it is supporting personal identity and personal contributions in a space where you don't necessarily know everyone that you're interacting with. And this would allow us to have some functionalities in Web3 that we desperately need, but we can't really have unless somebody has a lot of resources already. So this is really something that can be customized. I think as far as considering the bad places that it could go, we're creating the system. We're offering the infrastructure. We are coming up with ideas for positive use cases. But ultimately, it's up to us as a community to determine and develop this together in, a place that is socially conscious and positive moving forward. Kevin, did you want to add anything there?
Yeah, I think you pretty much covered all the points. I want to summarize in 3 points. I think first is decentralized. It's the apps and all the applications to decide what kind of badge they hope to issue and what kind of weight they hope to empower. The second one is privacy. Actually, with these on-chain credentials, people don't have to know you. They can just look into all these badges and to evaluate if they would like to collaborate with you without knowing your own identity. I think that's the magic of this badge. Without disclosing your personal information, you can collaborate with others in this trusted environment. Yeah, decentralized, privacy. I think that's 2 main points I hope to cover. Yeah.
Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, I also want to share that we will be releasing a podcast where we talk with some of our developers about, the thought process behind reputation design and what potential we see for it. So be the thought process behind its development. Okay, let me see what other questions we have here. I want to move some assets I have on the Metis network onto a hard wallet, and I just wanted to know if the Ledger Nano X was compatible. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kevin, but I'm pretty sure it depends on the tokens that you want to add.
Yeah, I think so. They might need to consult with Ledger to see.
Yeah. I think there's a place, if you go to the Ledger website, you can search like the tokens that are compatible with the hard wallet. So it's not necessarily like network specific, more like individual assets. So check on the Ledger website, depending on which assets you're trying to move. Will the Metis team bring Etherscan to replace Andromeda Explorer, or are there any improvements planned for Andromeda Explorer?
Actually, our Explorer team is working to update a new version of this Explorer. We, in the short term, we will not bring Etherscan to Metis ecosystem. We will focus on our own Explorer and update more functions and improvements.
Thank you. Do withdrawals for Metis to ETH still take a week because of the period needed to ensure there is no fraud? And when will that time frame reduce?
Yeah, actually, that's a 7 days, fraud-proof period that is required by optimistic rollup mechanism. Yeah, that is embedded mechanism in this rollup technology. So for the time frame, actually we are working on this fraud proof mechanism, and also if you can see our roadmap, upcoming roadmap, we have some other planning to have this time frame reduced. Yeah, I would save it for now, but maybe next week we can explain a little bit more of this part.
Yeah, there were a couple of questions about, what we have planned in the future and when we plan to roll out some other things. And so just stay tuned. We're going to be announcing the roadmap for the second half of the year very soon. So that'll go into detail about what our plans are and the vision that's brought us to this point and how we're looking to involve the community as we move forward. Another question again about grants for DeFi protocols. So again, I would just recommend that if you're looking for investment funding, that you would reach out to our biz dev team, and they'll work with you. They'll get to know your project, ask you questions, and for appropriate projects, they will pass them on for applying for Genesee DAC investments. I would like to know why the support for the transaction mining program only lasts 10 years. Is it because you think that later there will be enough gas fees in order to pay the validators?
I think I can answer this one. In the tokenomics design, you will need a timeline to release all these tokens, and our base estimation is that in 10 years, this ecosystem will be, growing big and mature enough to sustain itself. So actually, for validators, when these platforms have a lot of applications and transactions, the gas fee collected will be enough to pay all these validators, sequencers, and all other participants in the ecosystem. The mining program is more like an incentive. It will incentive heavily at the beginning, but will pull off eventually in 10 years. So that's kind of the design. Eventually, we hope this is a self-sustainable ecosystem. People can, people need to pay gas fee, but also the gas fee will be used to reward all these ecosystem participants. Yeah, that's some of the mechanism. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's all of our questions for today, everybody. If you have any more, please feel free to share so that we can get to them next week. And here again is that QR code if you want to submit any questions via Telegram. You can also reach out to us on Twitter and Discord, but Telegram is really easy for us to continually gather those. So make sure that you hop in there so that we can be sure to answer your questions. All right. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. We're going to play Kahoot now. So Kahoot is an interactive quiz game. And essentially I'll show you in a moment the screen that has a code on it, a game pin, and you'll go to kahoot.it and you'll use the code to sign up. It'll ask you to sign up with your Telegram handle. This is only for us so that we can see who wins at the end. You have to have some sort of identifying information for us to be able to reach out to you when you win so that we can issue your reward to you. But this Telegram handle is not displayed for everybody. It's only shown, it's only shown to the Metis team. So when you come on to sign up, you'll put your Telegram handle in. It will ask you, there's like a little pattern of characters. It'll ask you to put them in the right order just to verify that you're a human and not a bot trying to play the game. And then you'll answer the questions. There are 10 questions in today's quiz, and each question you have about 30 seconds to answer. The faster you answer your question correctly, the higher on the leaderboard you'll be. So correct answer matters most, but then the faster you can answer it correctly, the more edge you'll get in being the top person on the leaderboard. And the top winner receives $100 worth of USDC. So be sure you put in your correct Telegram handle so that we can communicate with you if you win. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen so I can pull up the game. All right. The suspense is killing everyone, huh? Oh man, it closed. Let me open it really quickly. Thank you for your patience as my internet catches up here. All right. We will get it started now. Share my screen. Okay. So there's the game pen. You can either scan the QR code or you can go to kahoot.it to play and then just put that code in. You'll use your Telegram handle to identify yourself and then go from there. This little pattern is going to change every few seconds, every 7 seconds, I think, just to be sure that it's still humans playing. So just watch that to enter the current pattern. All right. Got one person on. Hopefully some other people join us, or Giving Wolf is just gonna win. There's another Dandy Lizard, okay. See, I'll give 1 more minute to join. Gentle Otter. Box. Okay, a few more seconds. Super good chances of winning 100 USDC. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. If you want to join late, you can. The uh-oh, we lost somebody. Hopefully they can get back in. the game pin will still be displayed when you log in. So you can still join. There will still be a pattern and a game pin. So even if you're not joined right now, you can still go to kahoot.it and you can jump in on the game. So let's begin. All right. This is all about reputation power. So hopefully you have done a little reading. Reputation power is realizing the idea of red, RPT, reputation power tokens, yellow, NFT, non-fungible tokens, blue, SBT, Soulbound tokens, or green, DAC, decentralized autonomous corporations. And again, the game pin is at the bottom, and so is the pattern for joining. It's helpful to have two devices. I can't remember if I mentioned that, just so you can see the questions and then answer on a different one. All right, nice. Soulbound tokens, that's correct. So there was an article put out that we shared in a couple of different places that discussed the idea of the Soulbound token, and that's kind of realized through our reputation power system. Excellent. All right. Let's see. Giving Wolf is at the top of the leaderboard. All right. Next up. Reputation power is recorded in. So on the Metis network, we are going to record reputation power how? Red, non-transferable NFTs, yellow, cryptocurrencies, blue, DAOs and DACs, green, PFPs. So again, that's triangle, non-transferable NFTs, circle, cryptocurrencies, diamond, DAOs and DACs, and square, PFPs. Nice. So it'll be issued in those non-transferable NFT badges. So it's your unique identity. You can't assign it to another person. Let's see who's on the leaderboard. Giving Wolf is still in the lead. We've got some changes there at the bottom. Next question. Which of the following most requires a social identity framework to develop in Web3? That's not to say not all of these could use an identity framework, but which one most requires social identity to develop more? Red, financial transactions, sending and receiving crypto. Yellow, under collateralized lending. Blue, minting NFTs. Or green, DAO contributions. There may be more than one application here, but which one would really need social identity framework to really develop? Nice. Okay. It's under collateralized lending. Now, that's not to say that social identity framework wouldn't support DAO contributions or financial transactions, but there's really no mechanism for under collateralized lending without some sort of skin in the game, which could be built by a social identity framework like reputation power. That was kind of expressed in the paper that I just mentioned, the scholarly article. Awesome. Giving Wolf is on a streak, winning. Here we go. Next up. Still got plenty of time. Reputation power helps Web3 meet red, human relationships, blue, anonymity, yellow, financial sovereignty, or green, Vitalik. Reputation power does what? What does it support the most here? Triangle, human relationships, circle, financial sovereignty, diamond, anonymity, and green, Vitalik. Nice. We had some spread out answers there, but it really helps us to meet our human relationships. It allows us to develop some sense of identity because a lot of the gaps in Web3 kind of overlook this fundamental connection of human relationship that's required for a lot of our interactions together. So that's a piece that's being supported by reputation power. The soul of Web3. Okay, excited chickens, moving on up. Looking good, looking good. Reputation power will be used to represent all of the following except red, contributions, yellow, affiliations, blue cryptocurrencies, green credentials. Triangle contributions, circle affiliations, diamond cryptocurrency, or square credentials. Nice, cryptocurrencies. So it's not to say that you might not receive rewards based on your reputation power, or that you might not receive reputation power based on certain actions with cryptocurrencies, but it's not a currency itself in that you can't exchange it. All right. Nice. Giving Wolf is still in the lead. Very good. 5 more questions, y'all. Keep it up. Reputation power will be an integral part of red, DAC framework, yellow, off-chain identity, blue, NFT collections, or green, crypto Twitter. It could potentially be multiple things here, but as far as Metis plans go, nice, very good. Yeah, we're looking at it as one piece to the puzzle of DAC framework. That ability to customize and make it unique to each DApp, and then unique to each individual is key. So excellent job. Nice, no changes in the leaderboard. Okay, true or false one. This one's easy. Reputation power supports a top-down approach to governance and Web3 identity. Is that true or false? Oh, you have way too much time to answer this one. I should have put less time. Blue is true, red is false. Diamond is true, triangle is false. Top-down approach to governance and Web3 identity. Still missing an answer from somebody. There we go. All right. It's false, actually. Yeah, reputation power supports more of a bottom-up approach or even a flat approach. But typical structures for corporations involve having one or a small group of people at the top, kind of cascading orders down through a pyramid, really. And reputation power offers an opportunity to flip that script or even to flatten out that structure entirely. So it's more community contribution based. All right, nice. Giving Wolf is still in the lead, crushing it. Couple more questions to go. Which of the following is not an intended use case for RP, reputation power? Red, governance or voting power. Yellow, private record keeping. Blue, proof of contribution. Green, customization for dApps. So which is not an intended use case? Nice, right? Private record keeping, just in the fact that you know, your reputation power is your identity, so you wouldn't want to necessarily put anything personal or private that you don't want to share on a blockchain. This is more for your contributions and your activity on chain. All right, nice. Dainty Lizard moved on up. Giving Wolf is still crushing the lead here with 2,000-point lead. So we've got a couple more questions to go. Metis reputation power system is called. So what's the name for our user interface? Red, RP, yellow, SBT, blue, matrix, green, wisdom. What's the name for the user interface aspect of our reputation power system? This music is intense. Nice, matrix. It's matrix. Wisdom is just the name of one of our Twitter accounts, and because we are the goddess of wisdom. But yeah, no, it's matrix. That's the name of the user interface piece. So RP is the system. All right. Very good. Okay, I think this is our last question here. Community members can directly earn blank for contributions to the Metis ecosystem. Red, NFT badges. Blue, a job. Yellow, Metis rewards. Green, a high five. Not to say some of these things can't indirectly result from contributions to the ecosystem. But what's the direct earning as a result of your contributions through the reputation power system? Nice. NFT badges. You might get a job, you might get rewards. If I saw you in person, I would certainly give you a high five, but the direct earning, the direct correlation for the system is the NFT badges. All right, let's see who's won. In third place, Caring Fox. In second place, Excited Chicken. These names are hilarious. In first place, drum roll, Giving Wolf. Nice. Way to go. Awesome. Thank you so much. Giving Wolf, I will check on our back end here to see your Telegram handle, and we will reach out to you to help you get your reward. Sweet. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for playing. That's all we have for today. Make sure you reach out to us on our social channels for questions, and we will see you next week, same time, Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll talk about our roadmap. So look forward to seeing you there. Thanks, everyone. Have a great one.